Hey, what's up? I'm Mr. J. This is W.A.D MTG, back with another wild-ass deck tech. This deck is Ratadrabik of Urborg. I call it Rata Ring Race. It's a combo-centric deck. It's trying to hit the combo as fast and as efficiently as possible, and it centers around my commander's ability. So, for 2 a white and a black, he's a legendary creature zombie wizard. He's a 3/3 with vigilance and ward 2. Other zombies I control have vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. So it's an aristocrat style combo deck that centers around blood artist effects. So we got like four of these effects in the deck. Blood artist is for 1 and a black. It's a 0/1. Whenever blood artist or another creature dies, target player loses a life and I gain life. I've got 4 MDFCs in the deck. They're all bolt lands, so if I play them for the land, I bolt myself for 3 and then it enters untapped. But this one's Bogart Trawler. When Bogart Trawler enters, exile target player's graveyard. And then this is the first piece of the combo, Boromir, Warden of the Tower, for 2 and a white, legendary creature, human soldier. He's a 3/3 with Vigi. Whenever another opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Sacrifice Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control gain indestructible till end of turn. The ring tempts you. So here's the niche of the deck. When the ring tempts you, you get to choose a ring bearer. That ring bearer is considered legendary, even if it wasn't legendary before. So you sack Boromir, and his ability goes on the stack. And then Ratadrabik's ability hits and creates a 2/2 zombie token copy of Boromir. And when the zombie Boromir enters, the token, the original Boromir's ability will resolve. And then the ring tempts you, and you choose the token that's non-legendary, the zombie token, to be your ring bearer. So it makes it legendary. And then you can sack Boromir to his own ability and do it over and over and over and over again, infinitely. So we got Braids, the Arisen Nightmare, for 1 and 2 black, legendary creature Nightmares, a 3/3. Beginning of your end step, you can sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If I do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life, and I'll get to draw a card. And then I've got Illusilcor, Sadistic Pilgrim, just another blood artist effect. For a white and a black, it's a 2/2 legendary creature, Phyrexian Core Cleric, with Death Touch. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, I gain a life, and whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. So we got Frodo as an alternate win con, Frodo Sauron's Bane. For a white, he's a 1/2 legendary creature, halfling citizen. And for 2 hybrid white-black mana, if Frodo is a citizen, he becomes a halfling scout with base power and toughness 2/3 and has lifelink. And for 3 black, if Frodo is a scout, it becomes a halfling rogue with, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times this turn. Otherwise, the ring tempts you. And with the combos in the deck, it's based around the ring tempting me. So I can get tempted by the ring an infinite amount of times. So that way Frodo can be a one-shot kill for me. I've got Gravecrawler in the deck. It's another combo outlet because my commander is a zombie and the tokens he creates are zombies. So I can cast Gravecrawler from the graveyard as long as I control a zombie. Gravecrawler can't block. It's a 2/1. But he's a non-token and he's not legendary. But I can keep casting them over and over and over again from the graveyard. This is the only big creature that stayed in the deck. I've been tuning the deck for a long time. I couldn't seem to bring myself to cut Kakusho, the Evening Star. He's just too good. So for 4 and 2 black, he's a legendary creature, Dragon Spirit. He's a 5/5 flyer. When Kakusho, the Evening Star, dies, each opponent loses 5 life. So you bring him out, he's a 5/5 flyer. You can swing with him, create pressure. When he dies, everybody loses 5 life, and then you'll gain 15. And then a token zombie copy will come out, and he'll have the same ability. I've got a Midnight Reaper in the deck for the Gravecrawler combo. whenever another non-token creature I control dies, Midnight Reaper deals 1 damage to you and you draw a card. So if you're going through the loop with Boromir or one of the ring wraiths, you only get to draw 1 card because they'll come back and they'll be tokens. But with Gravecrawler, he's not a token, and you can just keep drawing and drawing and drawing, and it'll deal 1 damage to you, but as you're drawing through your deck. But it's not a big deal. So I've got all 9 Nazgul in the deck. That's what the deck is built around, the Nazgul. For 2 and a black, it's a creature, Wraith Knight, 1/2 with Death Touch. When the Nazgul enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you. So that's the key here. Whenever the ring tempts you, put a 1/1 counter on each Wraith you control. A deck can have up to 9 copies of the Nazgul. So if I have multiple Nazgul and I'm sacking the Nazgul, if I got the combo out, I can infinitely sack the Nazgul, making my other Nazgul infinitely strong to swing in with him. But because when he dies, he comes back. When he comes back, the ring tempts you. You choose your zombie token of the Nazgul to be your ring bearer. So then it becomes legendary, even though it was not legendary. And then you can keep sacking it and keep creating the token over and over and over again. So I got each art of the Nazgul in here. All 9 of them. So with the 9 Nazgul, Boromir, and Gravecrawler, that's 11 infinite outlets with the commander. And so we got payoffs as well. So Teysa is one of the payoffs here for the combo. Teysa Orzhov Scion for 1, a white and a black. Legendary creature, Human Advisor. It's a 2/3. Sacrifice 3 white creatures, exile target creature. So there's not many white creatures in the deck, but whenever another black creature you control dies, I create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. So if I have the Nazgul combo out, or the Gravecrawler combo out, I can keep sacking them over and over and over and over and over again, creating an infinite number of 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying that you can then sack a bunch of to exile everybody else's creatures, all their creatures, and then it still end up with a field of 1/1 white flyers, an infinite amount of 1/1 white flyers. So we got Vengeful Blood Witch. It's the 3rd Blood Artist effect in the deck. For 1 and a black, whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, target opponent loses a life and you gain a life. We got Viscera Seer. It's a free sack outlet. Sack a creature, scry 1. It's a 1/1 from 1 black. One of the best sack outlets in the deck because it only costs 1. It's a free sack outlet. And you can scry. So if you can infinitely get the combo out without the payoff to kill him to win the game, you can scry down to whatever card you need while you're going through the loop. So that way that's the next card you get. Warren Soul Trader acts in a similar type of way. It's a free sack outlet, but you got to pay a life. Sack another creature, create a treasure token. So with the Nazgul out, I can pay a life, sack the creature, create treasure. If I don't have enough mana to get to another piece I need, I can just keep, like, let's say I tapped out to play the Soul Trader, I played something else, then played the Soul Trader. I can go through the loop, create treasures, enough to play whatever other card I needed to play, and then play that other card and win the game, or go through a line that way. We got Welcoming Vampire in the deck. It's a 2/3 flyer. Whenever another 1 or more other creatures with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under my control, I draw a card and it triggers once per turn. We got another bold land here, MDFC with Witch Enchanter. It's modal. It's got a lot of options and versatility. For 3 and a white, it's a Human Warlock 2/2. When Witch Enchanter enters, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls, and you can bolt it in as an untapped white source land. Yawgmoth is another free sack outlet in the deck. For 2 and 2 black, he's a legendary creature, Human Cleric, so you can sack him. You can get another zombie token of Yawgmoth out and continue going through the loop, or you can sack a Nazgul or something, pay a life, sack another creature, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature and draw a card, so you can keep drawing to get down to whatever other card you need to finish the combo, while also wiping your opponent's field for life. And if you have like a Blood Artist effect or something on the field, one of those effects on the field, it offsets the life that you're paying, so it's free, and you can still kill the table. And then the fourth outlet payoff is Zulaport Cutthroat for 1 in a black. Whenever Zulaport Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life and not gain a life. So now we're down to the artifact suite. We got Altar of Dementia. It's one of the best sack outlets in the deck. Sack a creature. Target player puts a number of cards equal to that sacrifice creature's power from the top of his or her library into the graveyard. So you can mill everybody out and then pass turn, and they'll lose on their draw step. We got an Arcane Signet. We got an Ashnod's Altar, free sack outlet that adds 2 colorless mana. So if you need more mana, you can sack and sack and sack to add the mana to play whatever else you need to play, or it just acts as the combo piece you need as the free sack outlet. Felwar Stone for mana. It's low and efficient. We got a Lotus Petal here for free. We got a Manifold Key for 1 mana. For 1 mana, you can tap or untap another target artifact, which would be like the One Ring or like Soul Ring or something, or one of my mana rocks. And for 3 mana and tap it, target creature can't be blocked this turn. That's for Frodo, so I can kill shot people. Mind Stone, it's just another 2-drop efficient mana rock that I can also sacrifice to draw a card. I got an Orzhov Signet, Orzhov mana rock. We got a Phyrexian Altar, another free sack outlet that adds 1 mana of any color. So you can go through the loop, add mana, whatever other mana you need to cast whatever you got coming up that you need to play to finish the loop. We got a Soul Ring, of course it's a gimme. We got a Talisman of Hierarchy, it's a Orzhov Talisman, it's just another 2-drop mana rock. And then we got the One Ring. The One Ring is in here for flavor and for combo purposes, and I'll get to that here in a minute. But it's, you know, everybody knows what the One Ring does. 4 mana indestructible. It's got Teferi's protection ability. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. Now that's key. Until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose a life for each burden counter on the One Ring, and then you tap it, put a burden counter on it, then draw a card for each burden counter on the One Ring. And with Manifold Key, you tap on tap, draw more, and double the output of the One Ring. So for the instant suite here, we got Adnaz for 3 and 2 black. It's an instant. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card in your hand. I lose life equal to the converted mana cost. I can repeat this process as many times as I want to turbo through my deck to get to my combo pieces to try and win the game. We got Anguished Unmaking for troublesome pieces that are like stacks pieces or something on the field that might stop me from going through whatever loop I'm trying to go through, or let's say there's something on the field that can disrupt me, you just exile it. We got a Dark Ritual here. We got a Deadly Dispute. As an additional cost to cast it, sack a creature or artifact, draw 2 cards, create a treasure token. We got an Enlightened Tutor. Search your library for artifact or enchantment, reveal it, shuffle, put it on top. We got Fell the Profane here. It's another MDFC. It's also a bold land, so you pay 3 life. It comes in on tap as a black source, but it's just destroy target creature or planeswalker for 4. It is overcosted, but it gives me such versatility in a card that also taps for black mana. It just gives me an extra slot for a spell. So I've got 4 MDFCs and 33 lands, so I got 37 lands total, but I was able to cut the land count down to throw a couple MDFCs in there that give me some versatility. So we got Fracture here. Don't have very many ways to get rid of artifacts, but I can destroy artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. We got Malakir Rebirth in the deck. Choose target creature, lose 2 life until end of turn. That creature gains. When that creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. And then it's an MDFC. It does enter tapped, but enters as a black source. We got Mortify here. Just an instant speed interaction spell where I can destroy a creature or an enchantment. It's hard for black to destroy enchantments, so that's what it's in here for. We got a Path to Exile. Really efficient removal. Exile a creature, search for a basic land, put it in the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. We got Swords of Plowshares, just, you know, more efficient removal. Exile a creature, its controller gains life. We got Teferi's Protection here. not just to protect my stuff, but it also with the One Ring, it's going to combo with another card. Until your next turn, your life total can't change, and I gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out, and then you exile Teferi's Protection. But the most important thing here is that I gain protection from everything until my next turn. Also that your life total can't change, so it's really hard to beat a Teferi's Protection. The only way to really get through is to have a card that says damage can't be prevented, so you can still deal damage, but your life total can't change, so your life total won't change. But if you have a card that says damage can't be prevented, and you can boost your commander up, you can still kill with commander damage, even though my life total won't change, because it still records the damage. If you have an effect that says damage can't be prevented, you can also give a creature infect and get through with damage can't be prevented, and it'll still see that damage being done, even though my life total won't change. Give me infect counters, and you can still kill somebody that way with Teferi's Protection. But other than that, it's really, really hard to get around. So we got Village Rites, just another draw spell here for 1 black. There's an additional cost to cast it, sack a creature, draw 2 cards. Then we got Withering Torment. Like I said, it's hard for black to get rid of enchantments, but I can destroy a creature or an enchantment at instant speed, lose 2 life. Sorcery Suite here, we got Demonic Tutor. Look for a combo piece, put it into your hand for 2 mana. We've got another one here, another tutor, Diabolic Intent for 1 in the black. It's sorcery, obviously, as an additional cost to cast it, sack a creature, which just goes with the theme of the deck. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. We've got a Feed the Swarm, sorcery speed, destroy target creature enchantment. I lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. We got a Grim Tutor, just another tutor here. Search your library for a card, put that card into my hand, looking for a combo piece, then shuffle your library, you lose 3 life. This is an alternate card for Farewell. It's like a budget Farewell replacement. Merciless Eviction. It's a board wipe for 4, a white and a black. You can choose one, not choose 1 or more. But exile all artifacts, exile all creatures, exile all enchantments, exile all planeswalkers. So it's just like a Farewell alternate. Night's Whisper, another draw, real efficient draw spell in black. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, 2 mana. Savine's Reclamation, just an all-star card in the deck. For 2 and a white, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, usually for a sack outlet or Blood Artist effect. If the spell was cast from your graveyard, you can copy the spell and choose new targets for the copy. Then you can flashback it. We got a Sign in Blood here. It's just a sorcery speed draw spell. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. You can also win the game with it if someone's trying to, you know, like Thassa's Oracle or something, or get down and they're trying to lab man. You can just make them draw, mill them out. We got Toxic Deluge here. It's just an efficient board wipe for 2 and a black. As an additional cost to cast it, pay X life. All creatures get -X/-X. Gets around indestructible. This is just a real salty card in the deck. Grave Pact, because I can infinitely kill my own creatures off. Whenever a creature I control dies, each other player sacks a creature. So it clears the board of everybody's creatures. If I don't have like a Blood Artist effect to win me the game, it's just an alternate payoff, like Teysa. So this is the card. This is the meme combo in the deck. Lethal Vapors. It's an enchantment for 2 and 2 black. Whenever another creature comes into play, destroy it. So when you play it, people can't play a creature. But for 0 mana, destroy Lethal Vapors, skip your next turn. Any player may activate this ability. So here's the thing, nobody's going to have a chance to activate that ability but me. Because when I play it, if they don't counter it, I hold priority. I hold priority and activate it a bunch of times. Say 1,000 times. Skip 1,000, my next 1,000 turns. And then while I'm still holding priority, cast Teferi's Protection. So I have protection from everything until my next turn. My life total can't change. My next turn won't come up for 1,000 turns. So unless someone has a you win the game ability, or they can hit you with one of those ways I say gets around Teferi's Protection, or the One Ring, because the One Ring doesn't say your life total can't change. So there are a couple other ways to get around the One Ring, but it still gives you protection from everything. So people can't just swing at you and kill you. They have to play like a you win the game effect, or they have to have a damage can't be prevented effect to get through those abilities, because you have protection from everything till your next turn. Your next turn ain't going to come up for 1,000 turns. So no matter what happens, everybody else who's fighting at the table is fighting for second place, unless they can play a you win the game ability, or they can miraculously like come up with one of those ways to get around the One Ring or Teferi's protection. So you just send yourself 1,000 turns into the future, and you got protection from everything. Nobody can really do anything. And if you do have one of them combos out that creates like mana or treasures, you create the treasures so that way you can hold up interaction, and you can just do whatever. You can watch your phone, you can play games, you can go watch TV, whatever it is. Everybody else is duking it out, and you basically win the game already anyway, because no matter what happens, if they don't have a win the game effect, eventually they'll continue to play until they draw the last card in their deck, because you skipped 1,000. You just sent yourself 1,000 turns into the future. So that's the meme combo in the deck. Lethal Vapors. We've got a Phyrexian Arena. It's just, you know, the old stapley card. It's good in the deck because I need card draw. Beginning of my upkeep, I draw a card, lose a life. We got Meat Hook Massacre in the deck. It's another drain and gain effect. You can either play it for the board wipe ability, or you can just play it for the Blood Artist ability for 2 black. So you have an enchantment version of a Blood Artist effect on the field as a payoff for your combo. And we got a Takaja's Welcome. Much like the Welcoming Vampire, it's here to draw me cards. Whenever one or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enters the battlefield under my control, draw a card. Only triggers once a turn. And then I'm down to my land. It's got good lands in it. In the Orzhov colors, it's got all the real good stapley lands. Notably, it's got a Phyrexian Tower where I can sack a creature and add 2 black. Notably, it's got an escape tunnel for Frodo, so he can get through unblocked and kill somebody. It also has a Rogue's Passage for Frodo with the same Lord of the Rings flavor, the Hobbit Hut. And then it also has a Black Gate for Frodo, or for a Ring Wraith or something, but I think it only choose a player with the most life or tie for the most life. Target creature can be blocked by creatures that player controls this turn. So you can make a creature unblockable, swing through, you know, make a Ring Wraith infinitely strong, swing through, get Frodo after you've already leveled up you're tempted by the ring, and swing through. And it's got a War Room, helps me draw a card, and the rest of the other stuff is just, you know, good land for a Orzhov deck. It's got a Bojuka Bog in it that also is a Lord of the Rings art, Bojuka Bog. So now that I've made my way through the deck real quick, it's got a 2.58 mana value. It's got pretty good mana production. I have never had a problem playing the deck where I don't have the colors I need. It's a $685 deck. And we're just going to go through a few Goldfish hands so you can see how nasty it is. So the first hand, we've got some draw, we got some ramp, we got some lands. No combo pieces in it, but we'll go ahead and keep it, see where it goes. So first things first, we'll go ahead and play Marsh Flats. And then we'll sack that. And we'll search. And we're going to go ahead and search for the Surveil land. That's it. To the battlefield. It's going to come in tapped. You're going to shuffle, and then you're going to look at the top card. It's a land. We don't want that. We're going to send it to the graveyard. So turn 2 is going to come up. I didn't even draw my card for my first turn. So 7, 1. Alright, so now turn 2 is going to come up. Draw off turn. We got a swamp. We got a Blood Artist effect here. Or we've got a ramp, or we've got a Sign in Blood. I think we'll probably go with the Signet here. Turn 3, we've got a Temple that comes in tapped, or we can go, well, this is probably the best thing here. Play the Swamp, pay 1 into the Signet. Signet creates 2 mana, 3, 4, for a turn 3 commander. Alright, so turn 4 is going to come up. Draw off turn 4. We got to Adnos. So do we have another untapped land? We got to fell the profane. I think that's what we're going to want to do here, because we've got the combo piece, but we do not have a sack outlet, and we do not have like a Nazgul or a combo piece. So we can either do the Adnos and turbo through, or we can drop, because we got the Blood Artist, but we don't have, we need more pieces here. So actually what we'll probably do is we'll probably Temple, Scry. There's a sack outlet. That's perfect. We'll keep it there. So then we'll go ahead and we'll add 2 mana to Blood Artist. And then we'll add 2 mana to Sign in Blood. We'll draw 2. Boom, boom. Alright, that's perfect. So now turn 5 is going to roll around. We draw for turn. We've got a command tower. We've got the sack outlet, but we do not have the actual thing we need to sack. So I think now is where we don't want a Deadly Dispute, because I don't want to get rid of the Blood Artist payoff. So we played the command tower. We're going to add Nos is what we're going to do. So we're going to 1 for 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Ad Nauseam. So we're going to go ahead, take 0 life, take 2 life. There's a sack outlet, but we already have the Viscera Seer, but that one will win us the game. 4 life, 7 life, 8 life, 9 life. There's the Nazgul. So we stopped there. We took 9 life. Put the Ad Nauseam, resolves. For the 1 extra mana that we had left before we pass that turn, we'll drop the Viscera Seer. And then we're going to have to resolve, which is all our mana step. We're going to have to resolve our discards. So we can only have 7. We'll go ahead and keep the Altar. We'll keep the Petal. We'll keep the Night's Whisper. We'll get rid of the Mortify. We'll get rid of a Swamp. We'll get rid of this land. Keep the Soul Ring. Well, here we'll do it like this. We'll keep the Nazgul. Keep the Altar. Keep the Petal. Keep the Dispute. The Merciless Eviction, the Soul Ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And probably the Deadly Dispute. Send all that to the graveyard. All this stuff goes in our hand. This is our full hand of 7. So turn 6 is going to roll around, and we're poised to win the game. Draw for turn. We can play a Soul Ring here. Boom. We can play a Petal here. Boom. We move to play 1 for 2, and then 3 for the Nazgul, and we're good to go from here. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open mana. So if we need to keep doing something else, if someone disrupts our Viscera Seer, or if someone disrupts like something else, we got other options here. And then we've got insurance with the Merciless Eviction. So from here, it's turn 6. We don't even have to play the land for turn. We could play the Escape Tunnel. Probably do that and keep the Fell the Profane in hand. We could draw. We got Alter the Sack Outlet. We just start sacking the Nazgul, because the Nazgul comes in, the ring tempts me. He's my ring bearer. Sack him. Zombie token comes back out. Ring tempts me. He's the ring bearer. And I keep doing that over and over and over again. Kill the whole table with Blood Artist. That's a turn 6 win. Reset. Try it again. That's a pretty good hand. I've got a Tutor. I've got a Wincom with Illis Elcor. I've got a little bit of ramp and enough land to get going. So we're going to go ahead and keep that. Turn 1, we don't have anything for turn 1, so we're going to go ahead and play the Shadowy Backstreet again. It's our Surveil land. We reveal a swamp. We're just going to send that to the graveyard. Oh, no, actually, that's what we would have drew for turn. So then we reveal Vengeful Blood Witch. Do we have a Blood Art? Oh, we already have a Blood Artist effect. So I think we're still going to send that to the graveyard. So we untap. Turn 2, draw off turn. Play Command Tower. Probably play the Signet just to get a little bit of rampy ramp going on. And then we untap. Turn 3. So here we go. We got a Nazgul here. We play a land. Tap the land. That's for 2. 3, 4. Turn 3, we got our commander. Turn 4 comes around. We draw off turn. Play a land. And now we're off to the races here because we won. 2, 3. Or that's for 2, and then 3, and we've got a Nazgul. Then we also got the Lacelcor, and that's turn 4, right? So we've got 3 of the pieces we need for the combo. Tap for turn 5, draw for turn, play the land. We win the game. So we tap 2 here. Well, actually just tapped 1 in the Signet, Demonic Tutor, right? Now all I need is a sack outlet. So I search my deck. Probably the best one for this situation. It's going to be the hardest to interact with. Is going to be, there we go, the Altar of Dementia. Move it to the hand. Shuffle the deck. So for 2 mana, play the Altar of Dementia, and we got it. The Nazgul is the ring bearer, so we sacrifice the Nazgul, mill everybody out, and kill everybody because we got Lacelcor as well. So all we really need is a sack outlet, but we don't need to win Lacelcor to win. So even if someone tries to respond and kill Lacelcor, we sack to the Altar Dimension and we mill everybody out. Either way, we win. Turn 5 win. Try for a 3rd time. So we've got the Meat Hook, which can be the combo outlet. We've got a little bit of ramp with the Felwar Stone and the Arcane Signet. So we will be able to land an early commander. I think we're going to keep it. So we keep it. Draw for turn 1. Got a nice little Sign in Blood there. We're going to play the tap land in first because it's a dual land. It's also a creature land. And then we untap. Turn 2. Got the sack outlet. So we're almost in the money already. We're going to play the Snarl. Reveal a swamp. So it comes in untapped. And then the smart thing here is to do the Arcane Signet. So with the Arcane Signet, play the Viscera Seer. Turn 3, draw for turn. Play a swamp. We got 4 mana. Ratadrabik. So we're pretty much in the money here. Because we got a sack outlet. We're gonna have our Meat Hook Massacre online. All we need here is one of the creatures we can sack. Turn 4, we got Volta Champions. It comes in. We don't have what we need here. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably go 1 and 2 for the Felwar Stone. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana here. We'll go 1 and 2 for, hopefully someone has black in the field, right? If someone doesn't have black on the field, they have to do it a little different. We'll just assume somebody we're playing has got black on the field. We'll just Meat Hook Massacre for 0 here. Then we'll 1 and 2. We'll Sign in Blood ourselves to draw 2 cards. So we got our insurance. We got another sack outlet. So we have our insurance here. All we need is a Nazgul or a Boromir or, well, I guess Gravecrawler wouldn't work in this situation, but turn 5 rolls around. We don't got our Nazgul, but we packed a tutor. So we play the land, play the tutor, search for a Nazgul. Got a Nazgul. Oop, we win. He's the ring bearer. Sack him, create a token copy. I can keep scrying down if I want as I go, but Meat Hook Massacre is going to kill him. And just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and win the game. So that's like 3 turn 5, turn 6s in a row where I win. So I guess I'll press my luck and try one more, see if it'll give me a bad hand. I don't think this deck gets bad hands. It wins turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, no matter what, pretty much. If they interrupt my stuff, well, then I got my insurance. That's what I got, redundancy. So here we go. This isn't as good of a hand, but we do have one of the combo outlets in the Soul Trader. We do have a Nazgul, and we do have 2 multiple MDFCs. So we're going to keep this hand too. Draw for turn. We got a Kukusho. So I think what we do first here is we play the Rebirth MDFC because it comes in tapped. Right? Yeah. And it's tapped. Alright. So there's nothing we can do for 1. So turn 2 comes around. Draw for turn. We've got a swamp here. We don't have any ramp, but we do have the Knight's Whisper. So I think that's what we do here. Play the Knight's Whisper. Draw 2. We got our other land. Turn 3. Got another land. Play a land. Now we do got the Warren Soul Trader. We do got a Nazgul. So that's going to get us almost there, but we don't have the payoff to win us the game. So I think first, because we got multiple Nazguls, I think the first thing you do here is you play the Nazgul. Ring tempts him. He's a 2/3 Death Toucher. He gets a counter, and he's the Ring Bearer, right? So if you guys aren't familiar, go ahead and bring that up. The ring tempts you. We'll spawn the ring tempts you token. So on the first layer, the ring tempts you the first time. The Ring Bearer is legendary and can be blocked by creatures with greater power. Once it tempts you a second time, whenever the Ring Bearer attacks, draw a card, discard a card. The third time, whenever your Ring Bearer becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at the end of combat. And then the fourth time, whenever the Ring Bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. So you just put it on 1 there. Alright, so turn 4 is going to roll around. We already played our Nazgul. We draw for turn. We play a land. We don't have any white source, so we can't actually even drop the commander. So that's where things get bad here, is when we get put in a situation where we can't drop the commander. So we can Warren Soul Trader, we can Braids, we can Midnight Reaper. Or we can't Takage's Welcome, because we don't have a white source. So it is what it is. I think just to create the treasure output, we either play the Braids or the Warren Soul Trader. The Soul Trader's too good, so we play the Braids just to try and like get removal out of their hand or whatever. Turn 5 rolls around. We still don't have a white source, so we still can't play our commander, and we're in trouble here. But we're almost to Kukusho, so it's not too bad. And we do got a Fell the Profane, and we do got a Midnight Reaper here. So I think what we're going to do is just Midnight Reaper. So that way if a creature dies, draw a card. And I think what we'll do here is we could swing and do all this jazz, right? But we just sack the Midnight Reaper to the Braids, so everybody has to sack a creature. And at least one of them guys is not going to want to sack a creature. So you're going to get to draw at least 1 card, maybe 2. And it's a Tainted Pact. So that's part of what I needed here. You're going to draw for turn. You got a 1 ring. So we play the Tainted Field. You can tap for white, because I control a bunch of swamps. And I think that's what we do here, because we're almost there. So it's turn 6, Commander. We're not going to activate Braids this turn. We've only got 2 other mana. We don't have a draw outlet. We've got to pocket 1 ring. We could potentially sack the Nazgul here to Braids. I think that's a good idea because we have Ratadrabik. So we sack the Nazgul. It comes back. The ring tempts. He's the Ring Bearer again. I'm going to get to draw at least 1. Let's say this time 2 people can't. So we'll draw 2 cards off it. Boom. There's our payoff. Look at that. All right. So that's at the end step, though. So we won't get to play that card this turn. So we'll wait. turn 7 here. I can Kakusho and then hit multiple Kakushos by sacking the Kakusho, swing. What we can do, I think, the best thing to do here is probably going to be the Warren Soul Trader, because we can Warren Soul Trader now, pay 1 life, sack them, make a treasure. And then we can keep doing that, right? So I'm paying multiple life to make multiple treasures, and we only paid 3 mana. So I've got 3 more mana up. But we're probably going to want to do that 6 times, right? So we do it 6 times, we take 6 life to make 6 treasures, and then sack all the treasures for Kakusho, right? And then we can sack the Kakusho to gain 15 life. They lose 5 life, it comes back, right? Make another treasure, sack the Kakusho again, make another treasure, they lose 5 life again, I gain 15 more life. So that made up for all the life I just spent, because I only spent 8 life. I just gained 30. So we sack the Kakusho, bring it back, sack the Kakusho, bring it back. That'll end up with 2 treasures left. And then I can continue to go through my Nazgul line, because I just gained 30 life, and I only lost 8. But I still got mana here, so we can keep doing this, and we're going to do it and do it and do it. Say we got 5. Then we're going to probably drop everything else from our hand, right? So we can 1, 2 for a Blood Artist here. Keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, and we win the game because the Blood Artist effect. We can also, do it. We can play out our whole hand. We can do it and play out the 1 ring, whatever. It's turn 7. Pretty much no matter what, you win the game. So that's it. That's Rata Ring Race. I'm Mr. J. This is W.A.D. MTG. I'm out, y'all. Peace.